Your second video for week 5 is over the fours. Remember, we have 4 of Wands, 4 of Cups, 4 of Swords, and 4 of Pentacles. Again, these cards all have a central theme, but they are very different from each other based off of whatever their element is. Just a reminder, Wands are fire, Cups are water, Swords are air, and Pentacles are earth. Fours represent structure, stability, and manifestation. Let's start with the 4 of Wands. In this picture, there are 4 wands and there are 2 people out in a field and they just look like they're having a good time. And a lot of people correlate this card with the most joyous one in the deck because it also correlates with marriage and the love and the celebration of marriage and such a union that the joy of, the joy that comes along with marriage. And it's a very happy card in the deck. It could be about social events. It could be about something that doesn't happen very often, like a wedding or like a family reunion. It is about celebrating. It is about joy. It is about harmony. It is a social card. So it is about a social event. It's about celebrating and being with other people. It can also be about a homecoming, like a celebration of family coming back from the military, or a very stable, like a home being bought. It can also be about a bunch of events adding up together, and then it's like the satisfaction and the ending of the goal. So, for example, say you were on a really hard journey and you were wondering if your hard work was going to pay off, and then you pulled the 4 of Wands, and that's an absolute yes. So it's a very positive card. Then you have the 4 of Cups, which is kind of the opposite. This card is about dissatisfaction with reality. And in the card, the person appears grumpy and they're sitting there and they just don't want to deal with it, okay? So this person can be dissatisfied. This person can also be blocking themselves from the opportunities. I almost see this as the opposite of the 4 of Wands. This person can be bored. It can represent boredom. This person can be distracted. Remember, cups are about emotions and feelings. So this card can have a lot of different meanings. It could just mean that this person needs to be sitting in a meditative state and that they're contemplating, right? They're sitting there and they're not taking the cup because they can't take on more emotions, right? So if you pull this card in a reading, you might say, you know what? You need to meditate. You need to contemplate. You need to spend some time alone. You need to reevaluate. Okay, you need to not take on any more emotions. But on the contrary, it could just be representing that a person is very bored and that they need stimulation. And it could be representing that they just don't feel good and they're not happy and they're dissatisfied with everything that's going on. But also because they have their hand up and they're not taking that cup, it could be about them blocking themselves. So this card can take on several different meanings depending on the situation in which you pull it, the situation in which you're asking about, the position in which you're pulling it, and the other cards that are with it, right? So say you were like, why am I not happy? And then you pull the 4 of Cups and then you pull the Sun card. Well, you're probably blocking yourself because the Sun card is about happiness. So it's letting you know that happiness is there. You're just not taking it, right? Or maybe you do have all the things that you need to be happy. You're just dissatisfied with it. So very intricate card. The 4 of Swords looks scary because it's a person laying there with these 4 swords over them. But I take it as heeding a warning of it's time to take a break. It's time to respite from your troubles. They're laying there on a slab, and this card literally is just about being calm, taking rest, taking relaxation, recoup, restore. That's exactly what this card is in. But it can be a warning if somebody's going, and they pull this card that, hey, you need to take a break. You need to take a step back. Remember, swords are about air, thought process. You need to reevaluate how you're doing this. But the gist of this card is it's time to rest. It's time to relax. It can also be, if somebody's saying, I don't know how to solve this problem and they get this card, it's, what you need to contemplate. You need to take time away. You need to let your brain think and just muster in and not take any action right now. Just, let your energy restore. And then when you're rested, then make a decision. So that's a very important card when it comes up in decision making, because to me, it says, the time is not now. You need to contemplate and be restored and not act quickly, right? Like take the time to sit back and think and feel. The 4 of Pentacles This picture, this person is holding on tightly to the Pentacles. Remember, that's money, abundance, material things, and they have their feet on them. This can represent, when we're talking about finances, it can represent holding on to money, saving money. Say, I don't know why I can't keep my life together financially. And then you pull this card. Well, are you saving money? Or maybe, why am I not happy? And then you're pulling this card and it's like, well, are you allowing yourself to spend money on things? Do you not even have TV, even though you love it, because you're holding on to money too tightly and you're not allowing yourself to let go a little bit and enjoy life? This card can be about control and possessiveness because this person is holding on so tightly, right? It could be about somebody that is trying to conserve something. What could I do right now to feel better? You pull that card, it can, save your energy. Conserve some of your energy. Don't give away so much of your time and energy. It can also be about gathering power. So again, these cards have lots of meanings, and you always have to remember to look at the other cards in the situation and put the specific card towards whatever the question and whatever the situation is, right? Are you holding on to things too tightly? Is it a good time? Are you gathering your power and your strength? Are you saving money? Should you be spending more money? Are you conserving? It can also just be about security. What do I need to feel better in life right now? What do I need to feel more grounded? And you pulled this, you need some financial security. You need a little bit of control back. So in looking at all 4 of these cards, they all have multiple meanings. And these cards are a really great lesson to understand how the meaning can slightly change depending on which the context the question is asked and the situation as a whole.